Alright, so this is going to be part 2 to what if Naofumi was the sword hero. So like I said in the last video, there's not going to be an intro. So yeah, so I guess I gotta say a few things before we actually get into the what if. The Presso is working on another version of the song that you heard in the last video because a lot of people didn't like it. So he wants to make a better version of it. Since he got a lot of feedback, he wants to try again. I'm not sure if I want to have it in this video, since by the time he's done making it, this video will probably be released. So if it is in this video, I'll probably put a comment down below and you can go check in the description for his channel. I guess also I would like to say that in this video, if you know what happens in Shield Hero, there's a word that I can't really say on this YouTube channel because I don't want to get demonetized. But whenever I say sexual assault in place of that word, you guys know what I'm talking about. Another thing is that this video or these kind of beginning videos aren't going to have too much action in it because the beginning of Shield Hero has a lot of drama, mostly. This is also the time where I'm going to ask you guys for different swords and shields that both Naofumi and Ren could get. So if you want to comment down your shield, shield or a sword, it might get into the series. And I'm going to have the same like goal as before. So if this gets 150 likes, I'll make a part 3. So yeah, so let's do a quick recap of what happened so people know what's going on. So this is still the first day of the heroes basically getting summoned, and at this point they've only gotten a few levels here and there between all of them, and Naofumi near the end told Fari to basically follow Ren. So that's our story. Our story's gonna pick up a little bit after that actually happens. Naofumi inspected what the sword could do, and he found out that he could put materials into the gem that the sword had. Naofumi asked Welt if he could get some of the balloon pieces to see how it would react to the sword. Naofumi proceeded to put balloon pieces into his sword. Orange balloon sword? Only +2 to attack? Naofumi questioned. Tersa spoke up. Maybe if you defeat some rare monsters, you might get some better swords. Welt said, well, that may be true, but we will have to wait since it's still daytime and I'd like to get some herbs to make some healing potions. And while we're at it, we could put some into your sword and that might do some good. After that, we should go check and see what magic you have, Master Naofumi. Naofumi was confused. Don't I have status magic? Welt continued. Well, yes, but that's an exclusive magic to the heroes. You should have at least another magic. The party then headed to a local magic shop to find out that Naofumi had both support and healing magic. It was getting late, so the party decided to find a place to rest. Fari did what he was instructed and followed Ren. He had seen that Ren and Mine were going to an inn that also had a bar. He took a seat that was in earshot of the two so he could listen. As they got their meals, they began to speak. It's great that we were able to get so much leveling done today. Ren was looking at his plate with a sad expression. Yeah, we really did. Ren did not look up. Mine noticed this. What's wrong? You've been like this all day. You seem so distant. Ren let out a sigh and looked up. I'm sorry. Look, when I was summoned here, I thought I would have the time of my life, going on adventures and defeating monsters, leveling up, but it's not like that. I have the shield and I have to rely on others to get stronger, and that's just not how I play. I'm sorry if I sound ungrateful. I really do appreciate you helping me out when no one else would. I hope we could continue this. Mine smiled. Yeah, me too. How about you have a drink with me? Mine pushed the wine glass closer to Ren. I'm fine. I think I'll just go to bed now. This is when Ren got up after eating his meal and went upstairs to his room. The next day, Naofumi woke up early at the crack of dawn and was told to come to the castle for a court case. Naofumi said, alright, let me get the rest of my party and we will head off. One of the guards said, only the hero's presence is necessary. Naofumi was confused, but at least his party could sleep a bit more. Naofumi was taken to the castle. When he got there, he saw the other two heroes, but not Ren. So Naofumi said, why are we... He paused. He noticed that a girl was crying while having her face in Multiasu's chest. When Naofumi got a closer look, he noticed it was Ren's party member. Before Naofumi could question it, the king spoke. Sir Naofumi, I'd like to explain to you and the others. A great crime has been committed against my daughter, Mine. It pains me to say this, but the shield hero assaulted my daughter. Naofumi was shocked to hear this. Was the country right about the shield hero being a devil? Naofumi didn't know what to say and thus stayed silent. A couple of minutes passed and Ren was dragged in the throne room. Ren began to speak. Your Highness, when I woke up, all my gear was stolen and mine was nowhere to be seen. Silence, you filth, the king yelled. The king continued, Mine. I'm sorry to ask you this, dear, but could you mind repeating your testimony for us again? Mine stopped her crying and tried to tell what had happened. It happened last night. The shield hero forced his way into my room. He was stinking drunk. He grabbed me and pinned me down. Huh? Ren was confused and shocked that she would say this about him. Mine continued. He said something like, the night is still young. And next thing I knew, he tore off my clothes. Somehow I managed to escape. I ran down the hall for help and I found Sir Miltiasu, who happened to be staying in the same inn. Ren was appalled that she could be saying this about him, accusing him of these crimes. I'm the one being wronged here, not her. You must take responsibility for committing one of the greatest sins you can commit in this country, replied the king. Sin? Ren questioned. Then, a man next to the king informed Ren, yes, even attempted sexual assault is punishable by death. The king added, if you weren't a hero, I would have executed you. To think that one of the cardinal heroes would do such a crime. Ren rebutted, if I did do the crime, at least show me some evidence. This is when he noticed Motiyasu was wearing his chainmail armor. As they were getting the evidence, this is when Ren said, so you're the thief, Motiyasu. Give me back my chainmail. Oh, this? This is a gift that mine gave me when I met her at the inn last night. This is when one of the knights, holding a nightgown that was nearly split in two. When mine saw this, she gasped and looked away in embarrassment. You animal! Motiyasu screamed. The proof seems undeniable looking at it. This is when Red had said, how so? That thing wasn't there when I woke up. The people in the room seemed to ignore what Red had said and continued. What a terrible shame. I fear something bad might happen, but I thought you knew better, Itsuki said. Naofumi stayed silent, not really knowing what to say at times like this. He never expected things to get so real. He had a kind of depressed look to him, not only because of the situation, knowing that a fellow hero might have committed a terrible crime, but also not being able to say anything that would help the solution. Motiyasu broke the silence. This isn't a consequence-free world. Know your place, scoundrel. Ren was thinking, why is this happening to me? Why did mine do this? We were supposed to be party members. This is when Ren realized it was a setup. Instead of bursting out into a fit of anger, Ren was more calm and collective. Hey king, send me back home. I don't want to be around you trash, you garbage people who pick on me because I'm weak, because I'm the shield hero. What did you say? The king said in an angry tone, but then was calmed down by the man next to him. The king answered and said, as much as I want scum like you out of here, I cannot summon new heroes until all 4 heroes meet their end. The only way for you to get home is to fight off all the waves. So I can't even go home? Why bother fighting for these people? It's not like they care about me. But what about Naofumi? Ren was thinking. Naofumi, you believe me, right? I'm telling you the truth. All I did was go to bed right after dinner. There's no way I could have done it. Naofumi had the same depressed look to him he had earlier, and spoke kind of softly. I'm not sure. Ren was both confused and angry. He shouted, what kind of answer is that? Get off me. He pushed away the guards and left. Naofumi was about to leave as Motiyasu stopped him. Why do you have so much doubt? It's clear he did it. It's an open and shut case. Naofumi pushed his hands away and said, I have my reasons. And he walked off. Ren was making his way out of the city and going straight to leveling while Naofumi joined back with his party. When Naofumi got there, he demanded to see Fari at once. Fari came out, half asleep. Oh, Naofumi, you're back. Fari, what exactly did you see yesterday with Ren? Well, nothing too unusual. The man went straight to bed without even one drink. Was that it, Fari? Yeah, nothing really happened. That confirms it, Naofumi said confidently. Fari said, I'm lost. What do you mean? Naofumi said, it seems that Ren was set up. This is when Welt said, are you talking about the assault charges? What? I haven't heard of this, Fari said. That's because you were still asleep, Tersa added. Naofumi continued, anyways, we need to tell the king that Ren was set up. Tersa said, no, we shouldn't do that. The king's not going to listen to you, even if you're a hero. You're going against his daughter. Who do you think he's going to side with? First, we should go and find Ren to tell him that we know his situation. Then we should tell the other heroes. Naofumi began to speak again. Alright, Fari, go and see if you can find Ren. Well, and Tersa, go and buy some materials. you think will help level up and unlock new skills. Me and Bacta will go and get some monster drops. It took 2 days to find Ren, and when Naofumi found him, he was about to get mugged by a couple of thugs. Ren was able to scare off the thugs. Naofumi called out to Ren, "Oh, it's you. What business do you have with me? I would prefer if the rest of the trash would leave me alone." Naofumi replied, "I'm sorry, but I believe you now. On the day that the incident happened, I had one of my party members survey you. I found it suspicious that the princess would be in your party given the shield's reputation in this country." "Wait, she's the princess? That explains so much. No one even questioned her. If you were so suspicious, why did you believe her?" Naofumi was hesitant to say, "I like to see the good in people, and I wouldn't think someone would lie about that kind of stuff." And to see her cry like that felt so genuine, but I was blinded by it, and I wasn't as skeptical as I could have been, and I'm greatly regretful of that. But I don't think I could have said anything that would have changed anything. Yeah, you're probably right. This country is corrupt. This is when a short man in a well-tailored suit and cane came out of the shadows. "Gentlemen, I think I might have something for you. Something that will interest you greatly." This is when Ren said, "If it's party members, I don't need them." This is when the man continued, "I could see from your eyes that the rumors were true about you, shield hero. What I offer is no party members, but something that I'm sure you'll want to see. Let's go and talk further this way." Naofumi and Ren looked at each other and decided to go. It's not like this man can do anything to two heroes. They came into a room in where there were many cages around the place. Naofumi asked, "What is all this?" The man said, "Slaves, my boy. Demi-humans to be exact." Naofumi said, "Why would we have slaves?" The slave trader answered, "Maybe because slaves cannot disobey or lie to the master? Yes, with this kind of cursed seal on them, they have no choice but to obey their masters." Ren said to Naofumi, "You might not like it, but it might be the best option for me. I can't risk what happened to me to happen again, especially with my reputation now." "You're right," Naofumi replied. The man overhearing this continued, "Well, let me introduce you to my best slave that we have." All three continued going through, passing the cages. When Naofumi noticed one of the cages coughing, he looked through the cloth that was covering the cages and noticed that there was a demi-human, probably around the age of 10. She was half raccoon. The slave trader said, "You don't want that one. She's sick, but if you're interested in a female, the fox demi-humans are more popular." Naofumi said, "No, let's continue." They got into a bigger cage that was in the back. What was inside was a werewolf. The slave trader explained where he got him from. This demi-human was from the Colosseum, but one day he had gotten injured and was no longer able to fight. I was able to get him for a good price. The price will be 400 copper coins for a level 75. Ren looked disappointed. Naofumi noticed. He sighed. "Okay, I'll buy it for you this time, but you gotta pay me back later. I'll be taking the wolf and the girl back there." Ren was shocked, saying, "I can't raise a little girl." Naofumi said, "I know, it'll be my responsibility, but I can't just leave a sick, dying girl here." "Good. Let's go over here to do the ritual and assign the slaves to you," the slave trader said. Naofumi asked, "How much for this curse oil?" Interesting request. Let's say 2 copper coins." "Alright, I'll buy 2 bottles," Naofumi said. The ritual was complete. Each of them got their slaves. Before Ren was about to leave, Naofumi stopped him. "I want you to have this. It's a bag containing a bunch of different materials that could be useful for your shield. Because if you can't attack, you might as well get a bunch of skills." Naofumi said this while pouring one of the cursed inks into his sword. Ren asked, "Why are you helping me, like to this extent?" Naofumi was confused, as if he didn't know himself. When it came to him, he told Ren, "You look like a lot like my brother. You even act kinda like him. Not only that, but I think you're also the same age as him. I guess I see a lot of him in you. I'm sorry if that sounds a little cheesy, but it's the truth. I've always been someone who looks after my brother. Then what they did to you was so cruel and unjust." Ren smiled and said, "Thank you. We should meet up again." Alright, so this is where I'm going to end the video. So yeah, Like I said before, if you want to comment down your ideas for swords and shields, go do that. Remember, if this video gets 150 likes, then I'll go and make part 2. So yeah, with that being said, I'm sorry this took a long time to do. I just have a lot of stuff happening in my life. So with that being said, I guess this is gonna be in the video. So yeah.